The candles flickered gently, casting a soft golden glow across the decorated living room. Rose petals trailed from the entrance of the dining table, where a simple cake waited, his favorite, chocolate with hazelnut cream. Balloons floated lazily against the ceiling. You had even put on the red dress he liked, the one he said made you look like his. It was Jungkook's first birthday after your marriage, only a month into being his wife, and you were already planning your heart out, pouring every ounce of affection into tonight. But the clock ticked mercilessly 9 p.m. New message from Jungkook. Sorry, can't make it. A mission came up unexpectedly. Your heart sank. You stared at the text for several long seconds, as if the words would rewrite themselves. They didn't. No apology call, no explanation, just the cold message. You slowly sat down, your heart pounding with a mix of rage and disappointment. You weren't just his wife, you were a woman, a human being. He didn't even bother to call. Your hand trembled as you typed a simple reply. Okay. You blew the candles. The smoke curled like your emotions, unseen, suffocating. The grand doors of the Lee mansion slammed open with a loud thud. Your heels clacked against the polished marble floor with vigilance in every step. The guards flinched, the maids scattered, and the chandelier probably trembled too. Your jaw was clenched, arms stiff, eyes furious as you stormed through the entry hall, the long coat flying behind you like a cape of wrath. Princess, you are here. From the living room couch, a soft voice called sweetly. You didn't stop. Walking as you headed straight for the staircase, your voice sharp. Can't I come home when I want? It's my house too, right? You said flatly without looking at her. I'm staying tonight, don't ask why. Your mother blinked once, then smiled behind her teacup. The mansion was quiet, now too quiet. Where is your husband? Your father's voice echoed from the study, calm but thunderous. You froze on the third step. Slowly you turn your head towards the study door, your eyes narrowing like a warm pulse of energy quietly stirred the air. Oh, you mean the cold rowboat you made me marry? You said sweetly, deadly sweet. The one you raised with no emotions, no sense of time, and zero birthday spirit. Your mother gasped, but she was smiling. Oh, she was barely holding back her laugh, pretending to sip tea while watching the fireworks unfold. Your father appeared at the study doorway, tall and imposing, but to you, just a man with too much power and no sense of timing. He had a mission, he said evenly. He always had a mission. You scoffed, throwing your clutch on the stairs with a loud thump. It's been 1 month since our wedding, and I have spent more dinners with my maids than with my husband. Your father frowned. He is doing his job. Exactly. You spun around, arms flying for dramatic effect. So that's why you are so proud of yourself. Excuse me? Yes, you married me off to one of your deadliest soldiers, Dad, the coldest, the most ruthless. I married a man who holds a tighter than he holds me. He is an emotionally constipated who forgets his own birthday. Mrs. Lee put a hand on her mouth, now fully shaking with laughter behind her teeth. The staff con vanished like they knew the floor might explode. And you know what the worst part is? You continued descending like a queen of rays. He used to be sweet, just little. He used to smile when he saw me. Now he stares at maps and blueprints more than my face. You knew who he was, your father said, raising an eyebrow. No, I knew who you made him. You broke him before I could even love him properly. You jabbed a finger toward him as he tilted his head unbothered. Oh, please, he's a grown man. I didn't break anyone. You trained him like a rottweiler, Dad. You threw your hands up. I married Jungkook, not John Wee. Oh dear, she's on fire tonight. Your mother burst out laughing. Your father shook his head and finally sat on the couch with a sign, as if it is his daily job bearing his daughter tantrums. If he was coldest, he wouldn't have come running from Busan last Sunday, leaving everything behind in the middle of a mission. So congrats, you are turning him soft. Soft. you echoed with a scoff. He came back with dried crimson on his gloves and a necklace in his pocket. That's not soft, that's multitasking. And if anything, you should be grateful your daughter is that powerful. Your mom actually choked on her tea. Multitasking? She wheezed under her breath. Your father finally stood, clearly trying not to explode. You think this world is a joke, don't you? No, I think you forgot what love looked like. Silence. For the first time, the Mafia King had no comeback. He just stared at you, his daughter, the only person who had ever dared raise her voice in his house and still breathe after your mother. Your mother walked to you, patting your arms like you were the star player in a drama she had waited all her life to watch. Then she said, while looking at your dad, lips twitching, Honey, be honest. You secretly enjoy this. Admit it. You married me for the same sad. Yes, Mom, and tell him. Tell him he married me off a ghost in our money suit. She bit her lip, grinning hard. Sweetheart, you are the only person alive who can scream at a mafia king and make it sound poetic. You turn with dramatic offense. Wait, it's in my DNA that I got from you. Of course, she chuckled, but I do it with wine and sarcasm. You do it with a war declaration. Your father signed, rubbing his temple. If you are done throwing a royal tantrum, go upstairs and rest. You glared. No, I'm staying here tonight with you, where people actually talk to me. Your mother clapped her hands together like it was her favorite drama night. I will prepare your room, darling. Your father raised an eyebrow. Does your husband know you are here? You grinned coldly. Let him figure it out. I'm not just his wife, I'm your daughter. And that means he should be scared. He should be. She added, Your father signed like a universe personally betrayed him. God help John Jungkook. He married a firecracker with a crown. And you raised her. Your mother added, beaming. Well done, darling. You spun around with a smug smile. One more thing. Next time you turn my husband into a ghost, remember I know where you sleep, old man. Your father pointed at you, half smirking now. Don't test me. You winked. Wouldn't dream of it. I like living too much. The night air was thick with the sharp scent of metal. Jungkook ducked behind a burnout car, petals flying overhead as he reloaded his weapon with calm precision. His earpiece buzzed with updates, his men were pushing forward, but the enemy was more persistent than expected. It was chaos, but Jungkook thrived in chaos. Until his second phone buzzed, the private line. He frowned. Only one person called him on that number. He slid behind a safer wall and quickly checked the screen. Father-in-law flashed across it. With a sharp breath, he answered, dodging a metal as he did. Sir, I am in the middle of something. Can it wait? Your father's voice was colder than the wind. No, it cannot wait. Jungkook blinked, just rising with heavy breath. Sir, do you know where your wife is right now? Your father cut him off smoothly. Jungkook froze. Home? Yes, at my home. Your father said slowly, throwing a royal tantrum because apparently her emotionally bankrupt husband didn't show up on his birthday. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? A sound echoed above Jungkook's head. He grit his teeth. Sir, I was embarrassed. I couldn't leave my men behind. And yet my daughter is currently threatening to disown her surname because you stare at maps more than her face. Jungkook groaned under his breath. She said that? She also said you were John Wick with attachment issue. Your father replied, completely serious. And now my wife is feeding her tiramisu while they bond over your incompetence. A beat of silence passed as another sound rang. Sir, Jungkook finally said, closing back behind cover, I can finish this and be there in 40 minutes. You will be here in 30, your father corrected. Or I will assume you want to be with the man you are babysitting. The call ended. Jungkook stared at his phone for 2 seconds, then barked into his earpiece. Minho, wrap it up. Clear the field. I need this done now. But boss, She's at her parents' house. Sit. Exactly. The engine of Minho's black SUV hummed low as it came to a stop behind your house. The backyard bathed in faint moonlight, crickets chirped in the silence, and Minho glanced towards the tall fence that separated the Lee estate from the outside world. Jungkook winced as he climbed out of the car, one arm tightly wrapped around his slightly injured ribs, the other gripping the edge of the vehicle for balance. Minho blinked in disbelief. You're actually climbing that fence? Are you serious right now? Jungkook adjusted the hood of his jacket and turned, his lips still brushed from the earlier scene, eyes gleaming with stubborn mischief. She's mad. Going through the front door might get me detained by her dad. Minho scoffed, folding his arms. Her father likes you. That man also likes blowing things up when he is angry. I'm not taking chances. Jungkook tasted the fence and hissed when pain lashed through his sides. Minho rolled his eyes. You were all ready, Mr. John. Want me to go up there and get you a ladder? Jungkook looked over his shoulder with a lazy, lovesick grin. Nah, sneaking into your wife's house after making her furious. It's a different kind of love, Minho. Minho stared blankly. That is so stupid. And so romantic. Jungkook whispered, dramatically wincing as he hauled himself halfway up. You are an idiot. I am her idiot. With a soft grunt and a muttered curse, Jungkook dropped down on the other side, landing with a quiet thud before freezing. Listening, Minho muttered a prayer that he wouldn't need to call paramedic tonight. Text me when you have survived. I will text you once he kisses me instead of. Jungkook whispered back with a grin, disappearing into the shadow of your backyard. Minho shook his head with a grin, pulling away slowly. Love really makes you people insane. Jungkook stepped into the mansion like a ghost, dressed in black, boots quiet, his face slightly brushed and dirt smudged on his cheeks. But nothing could stop him now. No, metal, not pain. He had one goal, retrieve his wife before she divorced him in her sleep. He moved through the familiar halls like shadow, easily dodging security sensors, which he installed ironically. At the top of the stairs, he saw your bedroom door slightly open. His breath held. The lights were dim, peaceful. He stepped inside silently, his chest finally easing the moment his eyes landed on the bundle under the blanket, cocooned and unmoving, hair peeking out, his cold, hardened shoulder heart melted like ice over a flame. He stepped closer, every move soft, gentle, worshipful. She must have cried herself to sleep. He whispered, I can fix this in the morning. I will just hold her for now. Jungkook placed his down on the nightstand and kicked off his boots quietly. Then he knelt on the bed slowly, heart pounding. I'm sorry, baby. You are my whole world. He whispered softly, leaning in. He closed his eyes, lips just inch away from what he thought was your temple. Then, instead of the usual half or sleepy groan, he heard, Yes, John Jungkook, what the hell are you doing? The shout shattered the silence. Jungkook froze mid-kiss, lips hovering over your mother's head from under the blanket. Your mother let out a soft gasp. Oh dear. Jungkook's entire body froze. That voice, baby. He blinked, pulling the blanket down further. Your mother blinked up at him with wide, gleaming eyes and a barely contained grin. Wrong woman, son-in-law. He jolted back and fell off the bed, literally hit the floor with a thud. Your mother burst into a fit of laughter as she sat up, now fully visible in her baggy nightgown. Your voice rang again, full of fire. Are you out of your mind? You were about to kiss my mom's head. The bathroom door is wide open, and there you stood, arm crossed, hair tied up, wearing comfy hoodie, face absolutely thunderous. Oh my god, that was worth every second. You should have seen your face. Jungkook scrambled to his feet, absolutely horrified. I thought it was you. You really thought I would be asleep? You said coolly after abandoning me on your own birthday. Baby, I swore I was embarrassed. I barely made it out. You stormed across the room, grabbing a pillow and hurling it at Jungkook. You stopped looking like a war zombie and tried to kiss my mom in my bed. I swear I thought it was you. Why is mom in your bed? Because I was crying and she stayed like normal mothers do, and you snuck into my room and nearly kissed my mom. Jungkook flinched, holding one hand to his injured side, the other raised in surrender. I thought it was you under the blanket. I was trying to surprise you by dying. You raised the voice not to throw but to dramatically threaten him, just as your mother, now doubled over laughing on the bed, sat crossed legs under your blanket, called out sweetly, "Sweetheart, don't hit him. He is already injured, and I quite like him. He is my favorite son in law. He is your only son in law, and still my favorite." She replied with a straight face, adjusting the blanket around her shoulder like this was some late night talk show. You stared at him, jaw clenched. Then your gaze dropped, shirt torn, crimson on his shirt, dirt on his cheeks, brushed knuckles and his eyes. Always those damn eyes, tired but holding only you in them. Jungkook mumbled, "Thanks, mom." "Not your mom," you hissed, pointing the vase threateningly at him again. But your mom stood gently taking the vase from your hand like disarming you. "Mom," you blinked. "Oh, come on, sweetheart," she said sweetly. "He climbed a fence for you, a fence in pain, with a bound either true love or extreme stupidity. Possibly both." Jungkook peeked out from behind her. "I vote love." "Silence, you emotional dumpling." You snapped, lifting the vase again. Your mother sweated your hand down. "Put that down, sweetheart. You don't hit bleeding husband who skipped medical attention and still remembered to be gentle. You nurse them." Jungkook perked up. "Exactly. See, mom gets it." Jungkook carefully walked to you. "Man, I didn't mean to cause chaos tonight, but if I had to climb 1,000 fences to make it up with you, I would." Your jaw dropped. "Don't make that sound romantic." She shrugged. "It was kind of poetic. Your father just dropped off flowers and scared my neighbor once." Jungkook tried to kiss my forehead thinking it was his wife. "He's on another level." Jungkook scratched his neck sheepishly. "I skipped stitches to get here faster." You groaned. "You skipped? Do you have no survival instinct?" "No, only get to my wife instinct." Your mother sighed dreamily. "He's good." You narrowed your eyes at both of them. "You two are teaming up on me." Your mother gave Jungkook a light pat on the back and whispered, "I will leave you two lovebirds now. My work here is done. But next time, aim for the right forehead, hmm?" Then she slipped out of the room humming. You turned back to Jungkook, feast on your hips. "You are lucky I love you, otherwise you would be explaining to my dad why you're crimson on his antique floorboards." Jungkook reached for you, carefully wincing. "Can I hug you now, or do I need more bandage first?" You exhaled sharply, then walked past him, only to grab the first aid box. "Sit," you muttered, pointing to the bed, "before you die and make me widow just after 1 month." Jungkook obeyed instantly, sitting like a scalded puppy. "Yes, ma'am." After quietly closing the door to your room behind her, your mother placed a hand over her mouth to muffle her laughter. The sight of a daughter threatening her husband only to end up tending his wound like a nurse in love, it warmed her heart. "God, they are worse than we ever were," she murmured fondly, heading toward the bedroom. She swung open her door, expecting peace. Instead, she stopped short at the sight of her husband, your father, the infamous mafia king himself, standing shirtless at the mirror, spraying colognes like he was preparing for a mission. "Darling," he said with a smirk, voice low, "I was just thinking, you haven't stressed. Want to escape tonight?" Just you, me, no mafia shits, no tantrum throwing daughter over a son in law, only us. Are you trying to me or give me a heart attack? Your mother blinked. He turned, adjusting his cuff, gaze intense. I miss you, woman. She crossed her arms in amusement. You saw me 20 minutes ago. That was mother of my daughter, you. I'm missing my sweetheart secretary, you. The one I fell in love with at first, Claire. She rolled her eyes, walking to the bed. You were terrifying. I hated you. You threatened to poison my tea. You deserved it. And yet, your father smiled, walking closer, leaning in near her ear. You married me? Your mother huffed a laugh, pushing him gently away, because you blackmailed me with my job. And here I thought you stayed for my charm. He placed a hand over his chest, feigning hurt. Your mother grabbed a pillow and threw it at him, laughing. Go to bed, you drama king. No wonder why a daughter is like this. She's your copy. He couched the pillow midair with a grin. And her husband? He teased. Your mother smiled softly, hopelessly in love, just like her father. Every war I ever fought was easier than surviving without you. Your father walked over and kissed her head, making your mother blush despite herself. She sat on the bed, pulling your father to sit beside her on the edge. You mafia man, dangerous to the world, completely soft for the woman you love. She paused, then muttered with wide grin. Van is right. You really are the blueprint of Jungkook. Your father chuckled, and she is yours. From the other side of the house, a loud awe echoed through the walls. No doubt your voice followed right after, probably scolding him while slapping antiseptic on his gown a little too harshly. Your parents burst into laughter, collapsing back onto the bed, shoulders shaking with amusement. Your father shook his head fondly, wiping a tear from his eye. We have created chaos. Your father smirked, pulling her into his arms. Chaos or a legacy? The room was dim, the only light coming from the small beside lamp beside you. The chaos had settled, and now it was just you and your idiotic half-broken husband. Jungkook sat quietly on the edge of the bed, shirt off, back covered in brushes and small cuts. He flinched a little as you dabbed antiseptic on the worst one. Then, out of nowhere, you started to sing under your breath in a tone so passive aggressive it could have sliced steel. Happy birthday, dear soldier boy who forgot his wife's surprise. Jungkook glanced over his shoulder, giving you a tired glare. That version is illegal. You raised an eyebrow. So is skipping your own birthday dinner and making your wife cry. But here we are. He sighed and chuckled softly. You cried? Like a drama queen of overhyped daily soap. You said proudly, petting the final gauze into place. My mom gave me juice and let me sleep next to her like I am seven. Jungkook reached for your hand, gripping your fingers gently. I'm sorry for everything. I really didn't mean to miss tonight. I wanted to spend the whole day with you, but you looked at his brushed face, cut on his lips, the exhausted bags under his eyes. Despite yourself, your heart melted. But instead of gifts, I am mending your bounds. This isn't how birthdays are supposed to go. He pulled your hand to his lips and kissed it. You are here, angry, yelling, singing like you want to commit, but still here. That's the best gift I could get. You rolled your eyes but leaned forward, pressing a soft kiss to his bandaged shoulder. You are lucky I love you. I really am. Jungkook smiled, his voice low. You rested your forehead against his arm, letting out a tired breath. Next year, you are getting cake, no fights, no crimson, just balloons and me in a pretty dress. He nodded solemnly. And this time, I swear I will be there to kiss you, not your mom. You slapped his chest gently, both of you laughing as the tension finally faded into something warm. He pulled you close, his voice barely above a whisper. Thank you for waiting, even when I don't deserve it. You leaned into his chest, your hand resting over his heartbeat. You will always be worth coming home to.